Thursday, noon Eastern. It is the bash. You know the deal. You see the hashtag join the bash. Drop it in the chat. In the next few minutes, we will spin and one of you will hop on stream. We'll draft whatever you want. Dealer's choice. I'm Pete Overzet. It's time for the bash. Let's do it. Welcome to the Best Ball Bash. We are throwing a party. One of you guys in the chat will be hopping on stream to draft, and then we will split the $2 million prize.
We are in the 2020 Honda Civic.
I think we got to lock him up.
You're going to be able to get us Jalen Knoll to fall by staring them down in the eye right now.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do, Pete.
Lock him up.
That's my kind of guy. I am going to need a howl from you.
Hopefully none of my neighbors mind.
Oh, this is going to be my life. This is so much fun.
Beautiful stuff there. Great seeing Ben in the intro after being on the show a few weeks ago. The only rule, if you've been on the bash the past 2 weeks, you cannot come on. It certainly means Nick, who was on last week, can't come on, but nice try. You know, I'm constantly having to deal with you guys trying to sneak onto the show. BB Chosen, Nick. I do love all of your guys' enthusiasm for the bash. All right. Let's get this rolling. I mean, we have 25 entries in here. I know last week we got cut a little short on time trying to fill a Dalmatian. So let's get one right off the rip here. And I'll say this, we will try to keep things rolling. I'll try to make sure we can get in at least 3 drafts today. The only other thing is we'll do a new hashtag for each of the spins there. All right, let's do it. Sean, I see the hashtag, but how do you find it to enter? Oh, this is actually perfect. Chris is coming back on. It was, what was it, 2 weeks ago? He tried to come on 3 weeks ago. With the touts, we had the audio issue. I believe it was with the commish. We couldn't get it to work. So Chris, shoot me a DM. We'll get you on there. But Sean, you say, I see the hashtag, but how do you guys find it to enter it? Sean, you just drop it in the chat like this. You write hashtag join the bash. And if you do that, it will enter you again. But the next hashtag is going to be different. So if you are wanting to get on or want to try to get on, come back in about 30, 35 minutes, and we will do another round of hashtags. But we're going to get Chris back on stage here, and we can see if we can get some tech redemption from what happened last time. But Chris, I don't remember your username. There you are. There you are, Nunyabidness. All right, let me get you the link. I'll get over to Underdog, and we'll get Chris back here. I believe last time we saw Chris, he could hear me, but couldn't hear Mitch. He was, I want to say, what was he doing? There he is. Chris, can you hear me today?
Oh, I could always hear you.
Okay. Are we good? Are we good today?
Yeah, should be.
All right. Beautiful, man. How you doing?
Look, I just got a haircut yesterday, so I just want to make sure I was squared away. I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good, dude. I'm glad. I know there were some people who wanted to transfer their winning spot to you last time. Obviously, spots are non-transferable, but I like that the karmic gods of the wheel got you back up here.
Yeah, that worked out nicely. Yeah, and I appreciate all those people. And I heard the one thing I do want to say is I did hear O'Hara take a shot at me like I was having a tech issue, like I'm old man yelling at clouds over here. Unappreciated. Thank you very much.
There you go. What would you like to draft today, sir?
Well, I mean, a BBM's probably the thing I'm most comfortable with.
Let's do it. This is your choice. Let's do a Best Ball Mania draft here. This will be, let's see, which number is this? I believe this is my 76th or 77th here. I'm ready to rock with you.
Excellent. Love it.
All right. We snap fill here. We got the 108. Why don't you remind people a little bit about yourself? I know you gave us kind of some of your background last time you were on, but some people might not remember.
Oh, sure. I'm an attorney by trade. I'm actually playing hooky right now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But I was a professor for a number of years. All that COVID stuff, everybody said, "Hey, go work from home." I'd left being a professor and had gone back into practice of law, and the wife and I were like, "Great, let's move out to the country and get some space." We were living in um, Charleston, South Carolina, and we moved to Tennessee. No state income tax. Gave myself that nice 7.5% pay rate increase just by not having state income tax, and we got some land and got a garden growing out back with more squash and tomatoes and okra than you can shake a stick at, and 10-foot cornfield across across the street. So
That sounds idyllic, man. Sounds like you're living the good life out there.
Yeah, I mean, I got a wife that puts up with me, so couldn't get too much better. I'm running pretty pure here.
That's what I like to hear. Let's see if we can run pure in this draft from the 108 here. Anything catching your eye for this first selection?
I mean, I think in the middle, when you're sort of in the middle, 4, you just kind of take whatever falls. Keeping in mind whatever structure you've got. Look at all these colored badges, though. This is crazy.
I know all the stars are out today. Chris, one of the biggest volume drafters on the site, all kinds of badges here. We are on the clock. So you got that trio of wide receivers, and then you got Genty, James Cook. Who's your favorite here?
Amon-Ra is the choice for me.
Yeah. I'm thrilled.
Yeah. Usually you get a running back coming back around, and A-Chain's been falling. I'm not on board with just changing your name 4 years in. So if you'll excuse me. I know a lot of people are trying to pronounce it just like he wants it. And I'm like, yeah, I took French 40 years ago. I'll pass on trying to make the French pronunciation.
Well, I thought you were talking about the original Achan there, and now I just realized you're talking about the New Orleans Saint version. So see how confusing this is for all of us?
See, I can't do it. Yeah.
We gotta stay strong here. But no, I've been mentioning I'm trying to get my Amon-Ra exposure up. It just has not broken my way in the RNG. So I'm glad we were able to get a share there at pick 8. And like you said, we're generally looking at a lot of green here in the middle of the second. Do you have any favorites of this grouping? Barkley, Achan, Brown, Henry?
Well, I mean, I don't mind to say, if Barkley had fallen to us, I would have been over the moon. That would have been. I know ETR just dropped him a little bit, and I just feel like I don't understand.
Achan, Henry, AJ Brown, London Bowers were on the clock.
Yeah, Devon Achan for me.
The OG Achan here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he has been someone, obviously everyone loves the talent. People are spooked on him. I was just writing the Fantasy Life newsletter. They have, I think Dolphins are coming in with like the 30th ranked offensive line. People worried about Malik Willis. Is this just a bet on talent play for you?
Yeah. And even bad offenses are going to score. Their best players are going to score the touchdowns, and he's going to be the best player, I think, by a mile.
Yeah.
So, they might only score 30 touchdowns as a team, and he might have, 8, 10, 12 of them. And where we're picking here, you usually get somebody back in the 3rd, 4th, and a lot of times even in the 5th that you like. So if you've got the anchor wide receiver, which is weird to be saying because I'm kind of a zero running back guy, just that's how I've felt more comfortable in years past. But you start to look at, well, we can paper over some deficiencies and hope that he gets that Buffalo defense. God forbid we actually get a team to advance all the way to the finals. Last year when I was on the Bash, we had to draft a playoff team, and it did not do well because I thought the Lions were going to
I
stage a
remember
comeback.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like early on. I hadn't even really dipped my toes in the playoff best ball streets yet. So I was flying blind. You were guiding me. But we'll get some redemption here. We'll see what's available for us at 3-8. You could go double Achane. It looks like Kyron T. Higgins. Higgins does go. So you got Achane, Williams, Allen, McConkey, Neighbors. Who's your guy?
Yeah. We're going with Travis there for sure.
All right. I mean, it was once we had the mix up, when discussing him at the 1-2 turn, we were always destined for both of these guys to end up on this roster.
It worked. Yeah, but last year I had it was right before I think week 17, and I had 5 teams in the semifinals. One of them finished 5th in the pod, and 4 of them finished 2nd in their pod. So maybe we can push this team into the finals. Be my first BBM final team.
Yeah, we have. We had some close calls last year. It was one of the first teams I drafted on the Bash with Neil Farley was making a run. We also had the joint Bash team that did awesome in the regular season. So yeah, I'm all for recapturing some of that Bash magic and getting one of these teams to make some noise here. How many teams are you at? How much of a best ball bro are you?
Let me check. Got to go over here and check.
Yeah, I won't allow a ballpark on here. I need an exact number.
No, I've got 49.
Okay. See, and to me, that's a lot of drafts. But some of these people around here will say you're not a true best ball bro if you don't have 300 under your belt right now.
Oh, that was 49 BBMs.
Okay, all right. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've got.
We're on the clock here.
Yeah, we're going Javonte there. Javonte.
All right, so we get these 3 running backs here to start, Achane and ETN around ADP, and then Javonte falls to us at pick 41. We got Amon-Ra. This is what I would say a typical build structure from the back end of round 1, where you get the wide receiver and then you come back, hammer some running backs. Do you like these hyper fragile builds?
Yeah. And it's the thing that a lot of people have said, but you know that the back end of the draft guys are not nobody has any enthusiasm for the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th round running backs that are available. I mean, you're hoping if you get locked out, you tell yourself a story, but that story's a nightmare. And I mean, we all know it. You're not getting, second year Kyron Williams is not walking off that charter bus. So, that 17th round running back, they might exist eventually, but we're going to need some training camp reports before we start to see any faith in that.
The bus we need Kyron to come out of it. We need him to borrow the Matthew Stafford cryogenically frozen bus and have him walk out of there. Although he might already be doing that because this guy will never go away seemingly.
He's on my dynasty team. I've been in dynasty league since '97, and
wow,
he's been on my dynasty league since he was a rookie. Carried him on the injured reserve the whole year.
You're faithful. You want to keep going running backs here with the Tootin pick, or do you like one of these wide receivers?
His bye week 7, so we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, no bye weeks here. Are you it sounds like you're a bye week bro. I mean, obviously this isn't the eliminator, but you like keeping tabs on those?
I do, because with these 4, we can stop. I mean, we don't have to take another running back the entire way. If we get a big value fall, then we think about going that 5th running back, sure. But I mean, I'm a Sidekick subscriber, and
I was gonna say this has Sidekick vibes to it right here. Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, we took some values that fell to us, I think, and you just kind of roll with it. I mean, I do like Josh Jacobs, so passing on him, it's like one of those things. But Yeah, I've got a lot of Jacobs, and and I don't think I was on Jaden Blue a little bit early. Like I try to anticipate where the news is going. Skate to where the puck is gonna be, not try and wait for the news to get to you. But um, I backed off of that. I had him, in some 18th rounds, and then he started jumping up into the 16th round, and I was like, okay, people have gone nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just going to be like room to room specific with how much enthusiasm there is there. We're back on the clock. So you're in this quarterback range. You get a little
Jaden
week
Daniels.
17. I was just going to say opposite Jacksonville there in week 17. That looks pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where are you at on the Jags wide receivers? Do you, have you chosen a fighter there?
No. I don't think anybody knows. I think we're all just guessing.
Amen.
And so if Brian Thomas had fallen back to us, I would have been like, and I didn't want a quarterback, which I typically do want a quarterback in this spot, but I would have gone with Brian Thomas there as a wide receiver, no problem. As a little bit of ADP value, make a little Jags thing happen. But I mean, Jacoby Myers to me, I'm going to guess is the odd man out. I've got a lot of Brenton Strange. I think they're going to pass a lot, but I don't have any confidence that any of them is going to beat their ADP.
Yeah.
And I'd like to select guys that are going to beat their ADP.
Yeah. I think it was, I forget who I was talking about this with, but like that conversation about the Jags wide receivers, one thing it made me realize is that I want to be willing to take more Trevor Lawrence unstacked. And yeah, sure, you can still tack on Strange, you can do Hunter, but it's like, he's going to be a winner. It's like, it might be hard to untangle who is going to be the recipient in the passing game, but man, isn't Trevor Lawrence just set up awesome here?
Should be. And there are a few quarterbacks like that. I mean, Mahomes is one that a lot of people think is, set up for a lot of success this year. The Chargers, I don't know which one of theirs is going to prove to be the wide receiver one on that team, but, their quarterback should benefit. So,
yeah. Well, let's see what we got here. We have Jaden Daniels at quarterback. We have those 4 running backs up top, Achane, ETN, or double Achane, depending on your preference. Javonte Williams, Bayshell Tootin, and then we got Amon-Ra holding it down at wide receiver. Running backs wiped. We don't need running backs. I don't see anything quarterback-wise we need to do here. Wide receiver, tight end. What do you think?
I go with Jaden Reed a lot here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been tilting my exposures to Golden in this spot, but I have no problem with Jaden Reed. This is kind of your flavor. QJ, Sutton, Reed, Addison, Downs, Worthy. Get me back hyped up on Jaden Reed. Tell me why I should stop clicking Golden.
The thesis is that Golden's not terribly good. They're going to make they're going to make an effort to get him on the field a lot. If he proves the talent eval's right, that he's just, was a bit overdrafted, and maybe the organization realizes, hey, we're not putting our best team. Reed last year started off pretty strong, obviously got injured. Maybe he's only slot only. Maybe that's the answer. But I mean, I think he gets open. I think when he's on the field, he should be receiving the ball quite a bit. So,
yeah, man, I've loved Jaden Reed over the years. I feel like I've just been burned over and over again, and now the team once again telling us that it's going to be Matthew Golden in 2 wide receiver sets. But yes, I'm still open to him, especially with no Wicks, with no Dobbs, that this is finally the time they expand. Some still nice wide receivers here. Addison, Downs, Worthy, Pearsall, Kraft, also a faller if you want to try to stud up a Packers double.
I don't. Let's go with Addison.
Yeah. Another one, I think I go Downs over Addison in that spot. Everyone seems higher on Addison than me as well. So I'm gonna keep putting the effort on you to talk me into Addison here.
if Kyler Murray is a good quarterback this year, for fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people talk about his deficiencies going over the field, the middle of the field, because he's short. Then he's going to be throwing the ball out wide, and Addison's going to be lining up out wide. Hawkinson catches a lot of the middle. Jefferson catches a lot of the middle. Jefferson catches everywhere because he's always open. But Juwan Jennings is not really a guy I'm all that concerned about taking a big target share. So Addison's going to be lining up out wide. That's where Murray likes to throw the ball. It may not work out, but I've been a big fan of Reed and Addison since they came. Not a big fan. I just think they've been priced well for best ball.
Oh, I mean, they're two of the most, like, they were undervalued. I mean, specifically even Addison has been kind of perennially undervalued, I think, for his skill set, even going back to his prospect profile. I think hearing you describe it, I'm more worried about Juwan Jennings commanding more targets than the Jalen Nailors of the world have commanded. And I'm worried that his targets come down a little bit compared to what we've seen, where he has had those stretches where he's right up there with Jefferson. So that would be my concern, but I'm with you. I want to be in on the Vikings and what Kyler can do for them. We're about to be back on the clock here. Speaking of Kyler, you could do the stack with him or try to push it. You got Jonathan Brooks, Jacoby, a couple of tight ends here. You could pull up a wide receiver. What do you think?
All right, we'll wait for that. I was going to go Fannin. Yeah, I was going to go Fannin. I'm fine with Pitts.
Yep. Let's do Pitts here. Lots of different ways we could go there. The running backs, less interesting to us. You could have done Golden and maybe tried to set up the double stack with Green Bay there. But getting our first tight end after Fanning comes off the board seems solid.
Yeah, I was hoping that Fannin fell to us. About this point, to me, the wide receivers have similar values for quite a while. You'd prefer to have, an extra one here and that, like an extra 10 or 12 points projected is not that big a deal. And you'll see guys in the 14th that are projected similarly.
For sure.
I don't know. To me, it just flattens out quite a bit. Maybe that's part of the, that to me, that also is, we've got like 4, maybe 6 offenses in the NFL that we just expect to be kind of hard watches.
Yeah, probably more than that even.
Yeah. I mean, it might be. So, I mean, all right, what are our quarterbacks here?
So we can go Goff with Amon-Ra. You can do Jordan Love with Reed. No bye week issues with either of those. Golden also here.
Let's take Jackson Dart.
Okay, Jackson Dart over the stacked options, huh?
Yep.
Okay, talk to me through that. I don't know if I would ever go in that direction with the 2 stacks there.
Well, so I'm just very sidekick pilled, I think. I want to select the players that I think are going to score the most points. And I don't know that Goff has ever shown quarterback ceiling. So although I like Amon-Ra, and I love that offensive environment, when they lost their OC to Chicago, felt like, they didn't advance as an offense. So Goff, I think, has shown us his ceiling. And I don't have a lot of faith, frankly, in the coaching staff in Green Bay to unlock Jordan Love. Maybe they don't feel like he's good enough, to take on that responsibility. But they seem like they want to run the heck out of the ball. almost all the time. Maybe they're preparing for January's in Lambeau. But Jackson Dart, to me, he's gonna run. He's got more of that than either of those guys, and he's gonna even without Neighbors, he's gonna be forced to do a lot more because they just don't have the infrastructure for him not to do more. So I don't know.
For sure. I think to me, it's like when you make, I mean, we need Amon-Ra to smash. We're going to need one of those 30-point weeks in the playoffs. We're going to need Jaden Reed to smash. And it's again, just turning this lineup from something that's going to be an 18-leg parlay with getting all of these one-off pieces. Not that we can't backstack these guys. I think we should certainly do that. But man, once we already make those bets, it's just such a correlated thing that makes our lives easier. When those guys hit, our quarterback is likely hitting as well.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope that we have to have a conversation in early January about.
We're here. Yeah, Kincaid, Ferguson. You could do a Stephon Diggs, Rashid Shaheed if you want to go the wide receiver route. Quick though.
Diggs is fine.
Okay. Yep. Diggs at the buzzer there. Does seem like wide receiver, the position in need. We got the 2 quarterbacks. We have the 4 running backs. Let's add Diggs there a little ahead of ADP. Not feeling the pressure on the tight ends quite yet. Here's the squad for people following along at home. Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart at quarterback. Achane, Etienne, Javonte, Bashal Tutin at running back. Amon-Ra, Jaden Reed, Jordan Addison, Diggs at wide receiver. Kyle Pitts at tight end, and then we'll be picking here at 12-5. All right. Also, yeah, after this one, I see you guys in the chat. We'll get a new hashtag for the draft after Chris here. Give me after we make this pick too. What's the origin story to your Discord name? Obviously none of your business. Is there anything more to Nunyabidness?
No, I just hate when I get asked to create a username.
That's fine.
I don't know. It just kind of bugs me.
So if you want to go wide receiver, you have like the Omar Cooper, Travis Hunter stuff here. You have Chigakonkwo if you want another tight end stacked up. What do you think?
Yeah, Chig's good. I like Chig.
Yeah, let's get Chig there with Jaden Daniels. We pair him with Kyle Pitts. So yeah, you're saying you don't like it when sites ask you to create a username, and this is how you flip them the bird back?
Pretty much. I mean, I don't like to be forced. Like, you know, hey, congratulations. The very first thing you do is you come in, and before we're going to let you even look around and decide if you want to be here, we force you to go through the sign up process. And it's like, I don't know, kind of let me come in and spend 10 minutes nosing around before I figure out if I, anyway. And
that's hilarious. Yeah.
In my chats, you'll see I've got Nunya as my logo beside my name. So, because I know people are like, who's this guy? Like, like why is he commenting in Discord under one set of names? And, it's like,
Well, here we go. For the people in the chat, we are going to do an homage here. The new hashtag is live. Bidness. If you need the spelling, it's BIDNESS. This is the hashtag to get you in the drawing here. We'll do this in another round or two and see who's going to hop on after you. But I do. It's like I don't get frustrated when a site asks me for a username. But what you did say reminded me of, like, it took me back when we were, looking for homes and going to a bunch of open houses. And when you'd go in and they'd want you to sign in on their realtor list, that fucking drove me crazy. I'd be dodging these people or just resorting to fake emails or whatever. That really got me.
Yeah, I've been known to live at 123 ABC Street quite a few times.
There you go. All right. We have a 2-4-4-2 going here. About to pick in the 13th round. Like we said, quarterback, running back, tight end looking good. Probably in the wide receiver business here. Travis Hunter lingering around. Nope, he goes.
Yeah,
What
I knew
position do
Chris
you
was
want me to
going to
look
take
at?
him.
Yeah. So you got like
Okay.
Tucker, Flournoy, Debo, or if you don't want to capitulate there, you could swing back to another position.
No, I think I like Flournoy there.
Okay, let's do it. We get another Dallas Cowboy there. Talk to me about Flournoy. He feels like a guy who, generally gets stacked up with Dak if you're the Dak drafter. I don't know if I've taken him unstacked a lot. Can you get me excited about Flournoy?
He's a wide receiver with some of the highest contingent value that you can find this far down. If either Pickens goes on one of his little mental breaks and decides not to play hard, which he did, it looked to me for several games at the end of last season, Flournoy can fill in, and he's shown. And also, he helped me finish top 10 in one of the weekly contests. When I got my rake back last year, they said, "Oh, you got to dump money into this, or it'll evaporate." And
Yeah.
Anyway, I got in a contest and finished top 10. Made
Nice.
a few dollars. So, and he helped me get there. It's like a 6-round pick. So I've got kind of a soft spot there for that. But I don't know. I think he's got a lot of talent, and then the question is, does he get an injury? Does he get like a mental break? I do like that. Nice. Oh, shit.
On the Trey Tucker goes. I put a few wide receivers in the queue real quickly there. Stribling, Debo Samuel. Anything else catch your eye?
No, I'd go Stribling here.
All right, let's do it. Stribling about Stribling. It's been a hot minute since I've selected Stribling. It seems like we're, months removed from the extended segments about DeJon Stribling on ADP chasing. But at this price, 161, we're catching up at wide receiver. Now have Amon-Ra, Jaden Reed, Jordan Addison, Diggs, Flournoy, Stribling. I'm going to get your thoughts here in a second, but we are going to spin 32 entries here for this next spin. Good luck to everyone. You will be hopping on to draft with me after Chris. Andrew M. Biggs. I don't know if I've drafted with Andrew M. Biggs yet, nor do I recognize that username, but looks like a nice guy. He's got his son maybe coaching some little league here. Andrew, shoot me a message on X or on Discord, and we will get you up here drafting after Chris. How do you feel like we're doing this team, Chris? Obviously a little behind the 8 ball at wide receiver. Or have we recovered?
Yeah, this is where I'm at in most of my drafts. Like I did 101 little Dalmatians. And they're all kind of in this spot, and they're all kind of at 2.452 or something along those lines. And they usually have, a similar type of construction. I don't mind it at all, because if you only go for running backs and you only go 2 quarterbacks, you've got 12 positions, so you can easily get 9 wide receivers, and just, to me that feels okay. Sometimes I definitely do get 4 quarterbacks, or 4 tight ends. So that's another option.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the 4 tight end builds are fun. I mean, the teams always look decent when you punt tight end and focus on other positions there. What do you want to do here now that we're at a 2.462? Are we still looking at wide receivers, maybe a 3rd tight end? Antonio Williams does stack up there with Daniels if you like him.
Yeah. Man, I want both. But yeah, I'll take Antonio Williams. That'd be fun.
Okay, are you playing your other hopeful pick close to the vest here, or who else were you debating between?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a little bit after we get around, because it's a player who may come back. And I mean, there are enough people that watch you that I feel like some of them, they feel like they can get equity sniping for some reason. So,
There you go.
like stream equity, not actual cash equity, but
Yeah. Andrew, make sure you reach out in the chat. Either tell me your username in the chat or DM me on Discord, at me on Twitter, at me in the Discord. I got to get you that link. Otherwise, we will spin again here, but going to give you a second to get all situated there. Andrew M. Biggs, 2472 here. I'm curious to see who you might be eyeing. Do you lean 3 tight end?
yeah, let's only see tight end and wide receiver there on the tabs.
Let's see. Wide receiver and tight end. So for the audio listeners, A.D. Mitchell, Dulcich, Zachariah Branch, Malik Washington, Ridley, Wicks, T. Ferg range here. I like it. You don't want to give these people, these chat rats, our ops, any bit of information here.
Yeah, I mean, I watch the streams too. I tend not to get into stream drafts, but I watch the streams. So, I see the way it plays out. On some of the smaller streams, like it doesn't much matter. But all right, let's take A.D. Mitchell.
Okay. All right. Was that the guy all along for you?
It was.
Okay, nice. Talk to me about 80, obviously getting the buzz from preseason with his rapport with Geno, and then he slips here to pick 185.
Yeah. I mean, basically the Jets have just a load of talented guys. What they haven't had is good quarterback play. I don't know about their line play, but if he's never going to be covered by the number one DB. So if he can beat a number 2 DB, and Geno's not as bad as he was last year under that horrible coaching staff in Vegas, then he's got opportunities.
All right. Yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's so funny where there's obviously just no way all of these Jets pieces hit. And yet I love the prices on all of them. Sadiq, Cooper, A.D. Mitchell. And it's just hard doing the mental gymnastics. You almost have to compartmentalize and be like, in this draft, this is the A.D. Mitchell draft. But man, I want to be in on all of these guys.
I've got a fair amount of Garrett Wilson, especially if he gets to the 4th. I feel like they can all get there. But it's going to depend on the coaching staff being NFL quality coaching staff. Because
yeah,
I mean that staff last year in Vegas, that was bad. Apparently, I mean you don't hear any good things. So
yep.
I mean I wasn't in the room, but it didn't show on the field.
Real quick here, Andrew, brother, you're killing me, dude. I asked you to tell me the site and your username. I will meet you where you need to be. I have not received a message from you. If I don't hear from you, your username on either Twitter or Discord, and it's easiest to tag me or just tell me your username. We can make this happen. Otherwise, we're going to spin again here. So help me, help you. We got 2 more picks here with Chris. You think we go a 3rd tight end in this build?
Yeah, we're gonna take a 3rd tight end for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point there. I mean, where's your line of, like, how gross are you willing to get? We're at the Freiermuth, Stowers, Gesicki, Njoku, Parkinson here.
Pretty. I mean, I'm willing to get pretty gross, but let's see. Let me see running back real quick.
Yeah, let's go back here. Maybe get a 5th running back here. Singleton, Jordan James.
No, Freiermuth's fine. Yeah, Freiermuth's
sorry,
fine.
I know we were running late there, and I just wanted to make sure we got in a tight end since we had talked about that.
Yeah. So, by the way, I love Andrew's picture. By the way, with his kid there, in the baseball dime, and that's a little piece of Americana. Just want to say that before. And hopefully stall. I'm gonna stall a little bit trying to take these clocks down so Andrew has a chance to get on.
You know what? We finally got it. I see it
Nice.
here. Thank you. Elon buries these message requests in a rushing nesting doll of menu items here, but we are good. Let's make sure we get your preferred 18th round selection. You want to look at what, running back and wide receiver?
Just wide receiver and tight end, actually.
All right, wide receiver and tight end. A little 4 tight end curious there.
Always.
All right. Yeah, so you're in like David Njoku, Parkinson range there. You got all the usual suspects at wide receiver. You got any fun darts?
Yes, I have one fun dart that I would hope to throw if that user doesn't decide to go that route. Okay. Pat Bryant.
Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm a Pat Bryant guy here. I mean, I guess the only other consideration would be like, do you do a Darnell Mooney to stack up with Dart? But Pat Bryant's way more fun.
Yeah, I like Pat Bryant better.
Let's do it. All right, here it is. A 2-4-9-3. I don't know if I've done a build like this in a hot minute. We get Jaden Daniels and Jackson Dart. We had those 4 running backs up top and did indeed stop HN, ETN, double HN, if you will. Javonte Williams, Bayshell Tootin, Toot, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jaden Reed, Madison Diggs, Flournoy Stribling, Antonio Williams, Adonai Mitchell, Pat Bryant. Definitely an island of misfit toys there at the end with the wide receivers, but I see the vision. And then Kyle Pitts, Chig stacked up, Pat Fryermuth. How did we do here?
I feel comfortable in this build. I understand the stacking option, but I think Jackson Dart's going to prove to outscore. Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there any, once BBM DB, gets all the teams up, I just hope to be able to watch like what this happens. I don't know if I'll be able to see the naming convention that you use for this one, but I'd like to be able to.
I see what you're saying. You want to be able to track this team?
Yeah, I definitely want to be able to track this team.
Well, for sure. I mean, what's going on here? I'll obviously name it. I believe with bbmdb.com, because all you have to do is type in my username in like a combo. You could probably do like Daniel's Dart and or
Right.
HNETN. Just pick a combo that might be unique, and then you should be able to sweat that. And you're always welcome to remind me to check in on it. I'll be doing portfolio reviews every Monday morning in season, and I'm happy to pull up a team there.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice in like week 13 if I I'm watching one of your shows and I can say, hey, pull up that team. It's in second place and it's got 30 points clear on third, or something like that. That'd be fun. So anyway, thanks for your time, Pete. Always enjoy it.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad that the randomizer gods worked in your favor here to get you back on after the tech difficulties a couple of weeks ago. I will forever associate you now with your username, Nunyabidness, after using that as our hashtag. And we'll catch you later, Chris.
All right, cool. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Here he is, Andrew. I was worried that we were not going to get connected there. I'm glad it worked out. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Look at you. I feel like you're in the wind. Your shirt is blowing in the wind. You got the buttons down.
I'm
Where
in
are
Mexico. You? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in Playa del Carmen. So
on vacation?
We've been kind of located here for like the better part of a year. So we're digital nomading, and this is our latest spot.
Beautiful. And so is this a workaround, right? I assume you can't draft in Mexico, so you found the one way to draft?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I certainly have never found any way to draft from Mexico. That's for sure.
Well, what would you like to draft here today?
I think we just do a BBM.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. This is your first time on the Bash, right? I don't know if I recognize you or your username.
Yeah. This is my first time. I just joined a few months ago, or actually maybe this month, a few weeks ago. The membership. Been watching So You Think You Could Tout. This is like, I didn't even get into best ball until the playoffs last year because I was like there was no content, and I was like, what the hell is this? And it was a Davis thing of playoff best ball. I didn't even really know what it was. And now apparently I'm like 300 drafts deep into this season. So apparently I'm a best ball bro now. So
I would say so. And you know what you also are? You've got that influencer star power, because we have the influencer 101 here in this Best Ball Mania draft. Are you a Gibbs guy? Are you a Bijan guy? Are you I get really weird?
Yeah. No, I just go Gibbs. You know, whenever you have the chance to get the best player, take him. You know, it's not really there's not a big debate there for me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to get plenty of 2 spots too. And that's where I get the Bijan. So, you know, why mix it up?
There you go. So you had, you went from basically not even really knowing best ball. How long ago was that, to drafting 300 teams?
Yeah. You know, I knew of the concept of best ball. I'd done like a handful of like throwaway, you know, free, you know, FFBC credits or something like that. But this is the first time I'm drafting in bulk.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I
had a little DFS win, so I had a little bit extra cash, and I was like, okay, you know, I hit a NBA tournament, and then so now my bankroll is a little bigger than it was the last few years.
On DraftKings or Underdog?
DraftKings. Yeah.
Okay. Is NBA, is that your first love for fantasy sports, or just a coincidence?
It's not my first love. Football is definitely my first love, but in terms of DFS profitability, it's definitely been the best.
So you said
football, I'll end up losing. You know, the last couple of years has not been the best, to be honest.
Okay, but so this is the year you turn it around?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the message on your hat? Stay human. I can try to. Is this like an anti-AI kind of hat?
No, ironically, I actually do a lot of work in AI, but no, it's more so. I'm a part of like a dad's group, and it was just a hat that they had at one of the events that I picked up, and it was like, you know, I like it. And,
yeah,
reminds me, and hopefully reminds others to treat each other kindly.
Yeah, Tart says it's an anti-sidekick hat. Yeah, because I immediately saw that. You know, you're thinking about the singularity, and you hear all these billionaires and Peter Thiel talk about this post-human society that we're destined for, and I saw that hat, stay human, and I was like, all right, let's fight back.
I mean, eventually, probably, yeah. I mean, with how much I'm using AI at this point, I just hope I'm the last human they allow to. They're nice to me at the end, but.
Are you using AI for work, personal things, all of the above?
Yeah, mostly work. Yeah, I have my own business, and so we use it a lot just to speed things up. You know, and then I do some projects. I was actually just awake late at night, you know, dreaming about a best ball idea, just because it's like, you know, I'm watching all these streams. I'm like, I got an idea for AI and best ball, but you know, who doesn't these days? You know.
Are
everyone on your show,
share it?
everyone. It's mostly, yeah. I mean, you know, it's just an EV calculator. Like, how can we actually get, you know, in all the sims, you're kind of like, even if you sign up for the sidekick, it's not going to show you your expected value on this lineup, you know, which I think that'd be a really cool thing. Like, you're just kind of trusting that.
You mean like the way the solver shows it for the DFS sims, the salary cap sims in season? Yeah. Yeah, people love
seeing
little
twist on some of these products that people are already making. But if
yeah,
you guys want to steal that and run with it, please do, because you know it's going to take 80 hours or more.
All right, about to be back on the clock here at the turn. Bowers slips a few spots. Devontae Smith, Rashi, Breece Hall, Trey McBride. Who's your guy?
Honestly, let's go nuts. Because we have the back-to-backs. Let's go Bowers, McBride.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
I'm gonna let Bowers go here for sure. So we'll grab Bowers. So McBride, we're gonna do the double bully tight end here.
I think so. I mean,
okay.
Let's be unique. You know, and I don't think that we kind of got value on Bowers, in my opinion, by 4 or 5 picks, right? McBride, we probably got him at about where he goes. So bully tight end. And then, you know, I think we could still pick up. A lot of times it's a good time to pick up wide receivers at this next turn. Maybe it's a Waddle Evans, or, you know, it's something in that range, you know, Devontae Adams. And so you can kind of get those guys on the 4 or 5 turn. And I think we could still be really well set up and our flex positions filled out.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, I know, like, I think on Best Ball Breakfast, Pat and I did a Bowers McBride team, but it was Bowers earlier and McBride, I think, falling back. I don't think it was with Gibbs. So doing it here with Gibbs. And yeah, I mean, I probably just clicked Devontae Smith there or Rashi Rice, but I'm ready to go on this journey with you. You mentioned some of your work. What's your main thing?
We consult local service-based businesses. So, a lot of home services, those sorts of things. So people doing work in your home, we try to make it easy to find them online, that kind of thing.
And that's why you're in Mexico, you said, for some work as well?
I mean, we're positioned here mostly. Obviously, we travel to the States, here and there. But no, we've been traveling the world for the last 3 years. So we did, my wife's from India, so we did 6 months in India. We did Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. We did Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Portugal. Now we're here for the last year.
So at being a best ball bro who's traveling the world, I assume slow drafts are your friend. When you make the pit stops in the States, you load up?
Yeah. And just, again, this is my first year kind of, being heavy on the best ball. So, it's, we made it work so far when I'm in the States.
There you go. And we're getting the ambient, what is that? The motorcycle sounds of the streets of Puerto Vallarta?
Just on the streets here.
Okay. How far are you from the beach there?
Not far, a couple blocks that way. It's the ocean. So.
Nice. All right, let's see what we're going to do on this double tight end team. I assume Holston Loveland is off our board, so I'll filter to quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Nothing here quarterback-wise either with Lamar going early. So that puts us at, Wilson sliding, Burden, Waddle, Montgomery, Jamo, Swift, Hendo.
Yeah, and obviously we got to be ready to do back-to-backs here. Obviously, I would love to get that guy at the top right there, get a little correlation with Gibbs, but he goes. I kind of had a feeling. I definitely want Waddle as one of them.
Yeah, let's put him in the queue. He's a smash there for sure.
And I think I probably just get my second running back and go David Montgomery, even though it's a little boring.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing is if you like the correlation with Jamo and Gibbs, but I agree. I think Montgomery, I still like Montgomery here, so it's your call.
Yeah, let's take Montgomery. I don't think we need to take unnecessary risks because we already have a different construction. I don't know if that's backed by any data or anything like that, but that seems to make sense to me.
Yeah.
You take one stand, you don't need to take 4 or 5. It's kind of like the parlay idea you were talking about in the last stream. Like, how do we make this easy? But
yeah, the man, and like the chat was saying, either Wilson or Burden falling to us and basically getting an early round 4 ADP wide receiver on this team would have been sick. But we talked about Waddle for a good bit yesterday.
I think Waddle's right there. We got to count him in that.
Yeah. Couple questions from the chat. Rick Doozle, if you don't mind saying, wants to know where in India is your wife?
Yeah, she's from the Northeast, so Nagaland. So
okay.
But I used to live in India. I moved there when I was like 24. I lived there for 5 years, so I'm very familiar with. I lived in Bangalore, which is in the south, and then traveled all over. So I've been everywhere in India.
And Emo wants to know, how long were you in Portugal? Where in Portugal were you?
We were there for like 3 months or so, and we were mostly in Albufeira on the southern coast there, Emo. We spent a little bit of time in Lisbon, but yeah, dude, it was definitely one of my favorite spots that we've traveled to.
Yeah, man. I did a little bit of time in Portugal when I studied abroad, and Lisbon was awesome, but we stayed in Lagos, and it was like some of the most gorgeous beaches and coastal, areas that I had ever seen. It's so nice. All right. So here's what we're cooking here with Andrew. He's live from Puerto Vallarta, and he was feeling spicy today because we went Gibbs and then came back with the double elite tight end, Bowers and McBride. We get a nice wide receiver there with Waddle and Montgomery to help make this work. Jake kind of agrees there. Raise the floor of this team. The team's really unique. Make sure that you just get this bad boy to the pods there for the playoffs and then see what happens.
think that's where I'm leaning now. This next turn is a little interesting, so I might want to take a look at the players here and get an idea.
Yeah, I assume we're probably not in the quarterback business here, just needing to catch up at wide receiver, but we got a couple of the rookies, Tyson and Lemon, are kicking around. The running backs are in the Pollard and Warren territory. We should be able to. Okay, Tyson goes. That would have been a sick fall. What do you like here?
Dude, I honestly hate this range. I honestly think Pollard to just get some depth, but it doesn't really solve our wide receiver problem. Like, I know the sidekick loves Lemon, but it's up to you. What do you think?
No, I think I would go Lemon, Metcalf, or Warren probably.
You pick. Let's go Lemon.
Yeah, I don't get a ton of Lemon, but I mean, I think we need a little bit of firepower here at wide receiver, and we just eat. We know we're going to be throwing volume at the position, so let's just grab a guy here with some decent.
Metcalf could have been a little Pollard Metcalf, week 17 twist in the middle here. Maybe we get Rodgers or Ward later. So we could have maybe started to build out a little game stack for week 17.
Yes.
But I'm okay with Lemon.
Yeah, well, again, it's one of those things where in previous years, and I know you weren't quite a best ball bro back then. In previous years, a start like this, you would be like, you were about to get buried by an avalanche. Your wide receiver 3 is going to be Tyquan Thornton on the New England Patriots. I've been there, but this is a different landscape, and there's a lot of wide receiver values from pick 100 to the end there. So you can make these builds work. I think one of the things that's interesting about it is, can you make the stacking dynamics work as well when you are kind of behind on a position? But I think we'll have some moves to make. We could potentially entertain Bo Nix at 96, 97 if we want to alleviate some pressure. Bowers with Mendoza. There's some stuff late we can do. But yeah, I'm fun to see how this shakes out.
Yeah. I liked everything really. This last 2 picks were my favorite, but I also think we could maybe shut down, running back early if we just get one in the next 2 rounds. And then we basically say I'm taking 9 or 10 receivers on some teams, right, that have, 4 running backs. And you spray and pray. And one of those things, one of those guys is going to hit, whether it's Diggs or Debo or, one of these rookies. So,
yeah.
The way we should think about it is, in theory on this team, we only need to field 3 wide receivers a week,
Right.
That's how we want to think about it. And if we happen to have one make the flex, then awesome. But, that's going to be our weakness maybe.
For sure. Rick, I was going to say, as someone who loved Azores and Portugal, I would say Madeira is awesome as well. Like if you like the island vibe of the Azores, but the kind of Portuguese culture there, highly recommend Madeira. Some of the most stunning hikes I've ever been on, and you get that small island feel as well. Do you have any other Portugal recommendations there?
Like I said, we really just spent time in the 2 parts. We were going to go up to Porto, so I hear good things about Porto.
Yeah. All right, 8-9 turn here. We only got the 2 wide receivers. This is the double elite tight end. We got Waddle Lemon. We got Gibbs, Montgomery, Pollard. So doing fine, obviously, at running back and tight end. Nothing here. I guess you could do like a Mahomes worthy double tap if it was here. You could also do just like a worthy.
I was literally thinking that. Yeah, I was literally thinking.
This guy knew what he was doing.
I was nervous to say it. This is my first time streaming and telling everyone my picks. So
I know.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to push up. We don't need like a Kelsey, right? So, but
I'm gonna put Michael Wilson in the queue because we're running out of time.
Dude, I go Mahomes.
Okay. All right. So Wilson, we got. But I'm happy to do Mahomes here. Still, do you want to do Mahomes or do you want to go? We could do a running back. I feel like.
I think you can take a running back then. Yeah, let's take.
Who's your favorite here?
I would probably take Dobbins.
Did I get it in time?
Corum. It was really a debate between Corum and Dobbins.
I got it. I think we did get Dobbins in the last second there. Sorry about the getting the wires crossed there. I just feel like with only the 2 wide receivers, and we do have the Trey McBride thing. So we are already saying we need functional quarterback play from the Cardinals. We add Michael Wilson and J.K. Dobbins at that turn.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm actually surprised the drafter who took Worthy, I thought they were setting it up to do the Worthy Mahomes thing, but then they passed there.
He's already got Caleb, Loveland, and Burden. And he had Rice. I mean, that would have been a perfect pick. He has Rice. Like that would have been tough to beat out of the 2-hole.
I know, or I just wish that he would have taken Mahomes to lock that up, and then we could have had Worthy there. But, it is what it is. The squad here, Jahmyr Gibbs up top. Then we went Bowers, McBride, Waddle, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Mekhi Lemon, Michael Wilson, J.K. Dobbins. So we certainly have the running back and tight end position on lock, and now it's just getting the wide receivers, getting the stacks to work. And fortunately, there's some quarterbacks sticking around on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I get a ton of Mahomes, and then I get a lot of late round guys. Just Stroud, again, being a sidekick user, like he gets jammed down your throat.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, as you get a lot of Daniel Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, these guys work.
Yeah.
Now we gotta be honest. We don't have any QBs, right? So
no, we do not.
We might have to kind of piece this together. I was just gonna say Kyler's name, and then immediately he goes. So it's like, who's left? Like, is Nick's off the board, right? So yeah, I probably just telegraph that, but I'd say Nick's is a great pick here if he's not off the board. Oh, yeah, he's not off the board, right?
No, yeah, Nix and Goff are still here. We're also going to be in we can go over here and look at, we got Jacoby Dobbs, Casey Concepcion. Go AZ Cards wants you to howl for a 3.5 pick ADP fall for Bowers. I guess 3.5 picks of ADP value at the end of round 2. I mean, Lord knows we need some howls around here. Nix goes. Can we get Goff here? Goff's
a slam dunk.
Yep.
And then I would probably go Dobbs or Concepcion.
Yes. I'm with you there. I guess the question is, do you want to go the kind of more fragile rookie stuff with the upside a la Lemon and then
I would
backfill?
probably go Dobbs here.
Okay.
Just for safety. Plus he correlates with 2 of our pieces over week 17.
Yep. With the Denver pieces.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Dobbs and Waddle come on down. So we get Goff there, our first quarterback with Gibbs. We also have Waddle, Lemon, Wilson, and Dobbs now at wide receiver, a 1-4-4-2 build here. Do you think we're recovering after the fancy double tight end play?
Yeah, I think so. Even the running back crew, you might say, is somewhat thin, so we might still want to add, one at some point here. I don't think we could necessarily lock it up at 4. That would kind of depend. I wouldn't want to just take anybody, but if we got a faller or even just like a late round Marshawn Lloyd or something like that to give us 5, I'd feel comfortable. But yeah, man, I think we're pretty much going to start jamming wide receivers and make sure we pick up 2 QBs probably in the next 6 rounds.
Yeah.
That's my thought process.
Let's see if we can do it. Mark's telegraphing this from a mile away. Unfortunately, we would have loved for it to be a Shakir-ass team, but he went here at pick 129.
This is completely, or a Jacoby Myers-ass team. Yeah, well, he went right before. He would probably been my pick.
These are Wan'Dale Robinson, Khalil Shakir, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs. They all accomplish the same goal, but unfortunately they go within a span of 15 picks, so you can only get one of them. Aw, shucks.
Yeah, Jordan Addison, I assume, is off.
Yeah, long gone. The Kyler drafter scooped him up at pick 80. Yeah. What where is your original home base? Do you have any traditional NFL fandom bleeding through you?
Yeah, I'm a Bears fan. I'm from Northwest Indiana, so right across the border where they're building the new stadium. That's where I grew up. Not in Hammond, but a little further east of there, about 30 minutes from there. So outside Chicago, but in Indiana.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we're going to be cooking up here at the 12-13 turn. One thing working in our favor, we get Daniel Jones goes a little bit early because there was a team that drafted Warren, Alec Pierce, and Josh Downs, so they wanted to make sure they got their guy Daniel Jones. Malik Willis goes, Darnold goes. What would be interesting here as far as quarterbacks, you mentioned the CJ Stroud. He would pair with Montgomery, and there's backstack options. There's also Tyler Shuck. And Cam Ward for other backstack options. And then we do have some decent wide receivers here. Diggs, Hunter, Omar Cooper.
I'm probably going to go. I would probably say go wide receiver. You know, unless you feel like we're going to miss out on all QBs.
Oh, we're screwed if we don't get a QB here. We got to get at least one. Yeah.
So I would take Stroud over Cam.
Yes, I would as well.
And then did Steph Diggs go?
He did. He just went. So Hunter, Cooper, McMillan, Jawan Jennings.
Probably Hunter or Cooper.
Yeah, those would be my two as well. Do you have a preference?
Let's go Hunter.
All right, there you go. Lots of Hunter chatter on the timeline recently. Another report here, as some people have said, it's just like it feels like smoke and mirrors at this point from the Jags. You know, every day the rhetoric seems to change. But I will happily,
because I don't know that I've heard it. What's the latest on Hunter?
That he was gonna be more full time on defense, but still play anywhere from like 40 to 70% of the snaps on offense, with a lot of wiggle room based on game flow, matchups, etc. Basically, a report that's no help to us whatsoever.
Yeah, we're gonna do something. Yes.
Cool. There you go. Let's do a quick recap of this squad. So 2-4-5-2. Yeah, my thought with the quarterback, like if we come out of that with only Goff, like Ward's gone, Bryce Young is gone. And then we are essentially having to find two of Rodgers, Geno, Brissett. I think it just puts us in pretty weak territory and has the potential to kind of ruin the chances to advance this team.
I 100% agree. I didn't realize how thin it was at that point. So,
yeah. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get everything ready for the last pick here. Let's see. You got a hashtag? We did Nunya. We did a business last time. No, stay human. Can we do stay human?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. If you guys want to be the final basher for today, hashtag stay human in the chat. We will spin the wheel in a few more rounds.
So how many more episodes of So You Think You Can Tap you got in you? What do we? When's the season finale?
It's a good question. That hasn't been fully determined, but I will say the show will be done by the end of July. I'm heading out to the ship chasing meetup end of July. And then when I come back, August is busy season. So we'll see what's possible. You know, we kind of take things day by day with the show. Obviously have a lot of footage and stuff to record for this stream week challenge, which is still ongoing. We got 3 of the touts left tonight who have to do their solo stream. Last night we had O'Hara and Emo. Tonight we have Cups, we have PPR, and we have Squares. Once that's concluded, I'll circle up with my judge, Davis Maddock, all of that good stuff. But yeah, stream week, that's what we're focused on right now.
Very cool. Did you have like a Survivor or like reality TV? Like, were you a fan of those shows before you created the show, or?
It's funny. Survivor is like one of the few reality TV shows I regularly watch. I'm not like a reality TV hound. I'm not someone who's seen every episode of Big Brother or whatever. But yeah, dabble here and there. Survivor definitely influential, you know, with the literal Survivor episode. But yeah, it definitely was fun to get in the mode of thinking of some of those moves and kind of the surprises that Survivor's done over the years.
Yeah, I'm a big Survivor fan, so I was kind of curious of your origins there.
Yeah. Survivor. I've told the story. My friends and I in high school, when it first started, we put $20 in a pot. Let's actually make this pick here. Mendoza, if you do want to do the Bowers,
I think we just do it. I mean, we gotta swing for the fences, I think, you know, and then I think we take probably a Stribling here. Yeah.
Stribling gives us a week 17 bring back opposite Lemon. We need bodies here. Let's do Mendoza, our third quarterback. You know, the Tucker and Nailers are gone. So Nothing there other than Bowers. Yeah, let's do Stribling.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Hashtag stay human. We will spin here in a bit. Wow, you guys are on fire today. 31 entries. Man, I feel like we started slow. A few weeks ago, we'd be in like the 15 to 20 range, and now up to 31 people looking to bash. If you are watching this after the fact or you don't have access to the chat is gated to YouTube members only. It does not matter which level you are a YouTube member for. If you become a member, you'll get access to the chat, which will give you access to putting in the hashtag and a chance to come on stream and draft with me. And then depending on your level of membership, you should also have access to the Best Ball Value Hounds tier, which is what gets you the After Dark shows. And tonight, I have my dear friend, Lord Reeves, aka Rich Rebar from Sharp Football, one of my favorites in the space. We're going to chop it up, catch up with him, see how things have been going, some of his fantasy football takes, all of that good stuff. That'll be tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. How are you feeling about this team, Andrew? Do you think we got enough wide receiver firepower to make this work?
I think we probably we got 3 more picks.
We'll
probably get just some more depth on that position. I don't know. I don't know that we want another running back or even another tight end. I mean, maybe if we find one we like, but I think we could just stick with 2 there.
Yeah, for sure. I think we do. Shout out Mark just gave 5 memberships. I will allow those people who just received memberships a few seconds to get the hashtag stay human in the chat. And then after Andrew and I make these picks at the 16-17 turn, I will spin again. Thank you, Mark, as always, for the generosity there. Let's see here. As far as like stacking initiatives, do you have like a Tank Dell or Jalen Knoll take? Calvin Ridley, obviously, in the mix. We got some rookies here. Ted Hurst. We could go double Eagles wide receiver with Dontavian Wicks. What do you think?
Yeah, they're all kind of boring, but I honestly don't hate, these names here at the top, even Ridley and Dell.
Yeah.
It looks like we just lost Wicks. But I think those are the perfect sorts of handcuffs or whatever we want to call them. Chaperones, I think, is the language. I'm trying to pick up the lingo. But these are the perfect sorts of, things to add on. Maybe they aren't world beaters, but can they make your lineup, 2, 3, 4 times a year? That's what I'm thinking here.
Yeah, I do think this team needs, I'm not the biggest Ridley guy in the world, but man, this feels like a Ridley team. We also have Pollard. So let's grab him. And then, like you said, Tank Dell versus Noel. I actually think it's really close between like who's the better pick there. But I'm happy to go the guy with the higher ADP if you want.
I think let's just go Dell. Maybe we get something interesting on the back, on the very last pick here.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to spin this wheel, and then I will set the table here. Good luck to everyone. Our final bash draft of the day. Who's it going to be? Oh, my guy, Matthew Wood, my randomizer, producer, and writer extraordinaire. Excited to draft with Matthew. Matthew, shoot me a message. Actually, I have it because we were DMing this morning. There you are. Congratulations, Matthew. All right, so here's the squad for the people who have been following our double elite tight end experiment. Could we pull it off? You tell us. We started with Gibbs, came back, and Andrew said, let's get funky today. Brock Bowers, Trey McBride. We go Jalen Waddle, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Mekhi Lemon, Michael Wilson, J.K. Dobbins. We get our first quarterback, Goff, there with Gibbs. Dobbs, we eat our vegetables with. Stroud, we lock up another quarterback there with Montgomery. So we got 2 quarterback running back pairings. Travis Hunter, some people will say we did not draft a wide receiver with that pick, but we will fight the good fight. Fernando Mendoza giving us that 3rd quarterback in the stack with Bowers, and then 3 wide receivers in a row, Stribling, Ridley, Dell. Are we pulling this off?
I don't know. Like, I kind of have a theory that like 80% of your teams kind of all, you kind of go, okay, whatever, I could see it. 10% of the teams you hate, and then 10% of the teams you're just like obsessed with, and you think you hit the nuts. I don't know that I would put this in the top 10%, but I think it's a decent team.
Yeah. Now this is the age-old question, right? Would you ever do this on your own, or is this the classic? I get on
No,
the bash.
no. I have
let my freak flag wave.
I have a handful. I have quite a few, Bowers McBrides. I don't know how much I have with Gibbs. I can kind of look, but yeah, I've been taking advantage of that. A Chase Bowers McBride, a Bijan Bowers McBride, because I feel like you're getting, they're going to score a ton of points, and you're locking in flex. I don't know who said it recently, but they're like, ultimately, if we win the flex every week, that's a pretty big advantage. So if our wide receiver 3 is only scoring 2 less points than your wide receiver 3, but our flex is beating you by 8 or 9, we could be in really good shape.
All right, Jalen Knoll goes. That would have been kind of fun to do that cheap backdoor Stroud stack. I do think we're still probably just in the business for some Khalil Shakir-ass points. So Cooper Kupp certainly stands out. Brazel, if you're like feeling frisky with a wide receiver. Tyquan Thornton I've been enjoying lately, although I think he might be gone now. Christian Kirk could fit the bill in that vein. We are on the clock. Anything stand out to you?
Honestly, I think the best pick is Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
it doesn't really. It's not inspiring, but like, there's really no other names there. It's actually kind of a fallen Kupp, right, to get him at the very last pick of the draft. So, I think he's taking value.
All right, let's see here. How did we do? Goff, Stroud, Mendoza, Gibbs, Montgomery, Pollard, Dobbins. I guess the one thing, I don't think this is bad that we stopped at 4 running backs, but we did just completely forget about running backs because we were catching up at wide receiver to such a degree. Yeah, I don't think I do either. Gibbs, Montgomery, Pollard, Dobbins. I think it works. Waddle, Lemon, Wilson, Dobbs, Hunter, Stribling, Ridley, Dell, Kupp. Is that back-to-back 9 wide receiver teams on the bash? Back to our yellow roots here. And then, of course, the piece de resistance of Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. Can you feel the testosterone flowing through your veins?
I am. I can feel it. I honestly don't think that's a bad team. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. 3-4-9-3. Let's see. Elite tight end there. It does make me, I want to just see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it or if I named it correctly, but I did that team with Pat that was a double elite tight end team. And here it is. Yeah, I just want to see how it compares. So we did a Bowers McBride. We ended up adding Gesicki. Dude, it's so funny how many similar names are on this team. It has Waddle, it has Dobbs, it has Hunter, it has Ridley, it has Dell. Yeah. And it's a 4 running back team. Our running backs are better because this was just Scatabo, Warren, Brooks, Tucker. But yeah, Burrow, Ward, Mendoza. So it makes sense if you're on that side of the board and you are doing this with Bowers and McBride, you're going to be funneled to some similar picks.
Yeah, and that's the Chase Bowers McBride right there, that I was mentioning, and you can really churn out some pretty good teams there if you go fragile at RB. So, hey, this was fun, man.
It was. Thanks for swinging by, and good luck with all of your travels, all your slow drafts. It was nice meeting you, and we'll see you around town.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Keep it up.
All right, welcoming to the stage my randomizer workhorse, who I have just in the horse stall, chomping at the bit, ready to be released. Rest assured, right, Matthew? Can you tell the people we are laying the foundation for randomizer to return in August, that everybody can chill out?
So I'm told. Don't get too excited. I know I'm probably the most excited of any y'all, so it's going to be just fine, guys. It's going to be just fine.
We're shooting our shots, right? With some behind the scenes, some big guest requests. We'll see what shakes out, but we're working on it.
Yeah, I got a lot of fancy people that have yet to pick up the phone, but we're trying.
All right. Let's see here. What do you want to draft today, sir?
I'm a low stakes nit. Have you done your mini golden yet?
You don't have to be a low stakes nit on my dime. You know that, right? It's so funny. It's almost like Underdog is sick of me drafting BBM teams because they just pushed it to the end of the carousel for me as well. They're like, do something else. But honestly, dude, what do you want to draft?
Yeah, BBM is fine. Okay. I think they're putting you in timeout, Peter. They want to, though. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, Matthew. What if we do this? I didn't even notice this. They dropped a Bulldog. Can I entice you into doing a Bulldog with me?
Sure. Only if we can Hayes Rudman for his dereliction of leg day.
There you go. Apparently I missed this. And also rest in peace, Underdog Rudman. 3 more people here. If you guys want to draft with us, Matthew was trying to save me money going down to $2. And I said, no, my friend, we are going to do a $75 draft here.
Yeah, we're going to spend all kind of money on Tyler Shug, aren't we? That guy's looking different now than he was a year ago, wasn't he?
That's right. That's right. Do you know what picture popped up too on my, I have just this slideshow that plays, and it was us on the Underdog Cardio Club run we did a couple years ago in Cambridge.
Yeah. Turned out I met a coworker there.
Yeah. Do you guys still hang out?
On occasion. We've gone golfing once or twice since. He's a much better than me golfer, which is not saying a lot.
Okay. Yeah. How many times have you gotten out? Matthew and I have famously went and played golf at the worst golf course in America last summer, and we have not run it back yet. We need to change that eventually.
Well, so that golf course is getting rehabbed. I don't know if they have a sustainment plan, but there's that. Since then, maybe about twice a week in the summer, really trying to pick up new kinks because I need more.
Yeah.
Underdog and writing and other stuff notwithstanding. So
real quick, who do you want? Chase, Puka, JSN?
I love Puka in the spot.
All right, let's do it. See, we're getting a little spicy, Puka at 3 instead of Jamar Chase. Where do you get your ideas, Matthew?
I'm not getting that different, Pete. Come on. Be cool.
Okay. I do want to check the advanced structure because I haven't looked at this yet. This is a 3 of 12 advance out of the regular season, 2 of 6. So, effectively a 1 of 3 there in week 15. Week 15 does not matter in this contest. A 1 of 4 in week 16, and then a 31 seat final. This is only a 1,488 entry contest. Any tweaks you think we should make for this one?
Smaller pods like that, it feels to me that the sort of correlations in the end don't matter as much. It feels more to me like I think I'm maxing the elim this season, and it feels more to me like that kind of structure. So, I'm happy to just cash a lot of points during the regular season, go with some holds earlier on, just to make sure that you have what do you call it? Advanced rate equity.
Yeah. What I feel like was it a couple years ago? I want to say you were a sidekick bro. A lot of slow drafts. What's your MO this year?
Still sidekick Stan. Shady's smarter than me. He, astrophysics and whatnot notwithstanding.
Are we sure? Are we sure about that? We just all take his word for it. This astrophysicist bit. I mean, has he produced any receipts on this? Because I feel like we're all just blindly taking his word for it.
If he's a fraud, he's a pretty
convincing fraud.
Pretty convincing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, I'm open to him being a convincing fraud. I just want to throw it out there that he could be a fraud.
Yep. I don't know. Your mileage. Okay. Your mileage might vary. Oh no.
We gotta see. I can summon Shady by mentioning his name. There's a few people that all I have to do is say their name and they just appear. Nico,
old magician Pete.
Jeremiah Love. If you want a running back, what do you want?
Nico's great. Yeah.
All right, Nico's great. Look at you. You're so easy. Puka and Nico to kick things off here.
Just going along to get along. Let's when you need to get that 9% expected combinatorial ownership, you just have to do it.
There you go. How many Puka and Nico pairs will there be in the Bulldog? That is the question. Okay. Do you bite the bullet on the running back? Do you like Devontae Smith? Do you like the Trey McBride? What do you got the stomach for?
I love Devonta. Maybe that's my Philly homerism, but I just think that he's set up in a really great spot this year. Better OC in the offense.
Let's do it.
AJ Brown, not there. I know he's stylistically quite different, but really looking forward to see what he does this season.
Yeah, I'm excited there as well. I know there's we've all had the chatter on, who's this year's JSN. Devontae really is the guy with the talent in the situation to just put up an insane leap and going in a similar range that JSN was last year as well. So I like it. Puka, Nico, Devontae Smith. Did I hear, are you still in the CFL streets? No, you're going to kill me. UFL streets? What are we?
Peter.
I can't keep track of what ancillary football league you're obsessed with.
UFL,
you have DC Defenders season tickets, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The cheapest seats in the house, right next to that beer snake. Drinking tecates.
Do you is there a moment every year where the season ticket renewal email hits and you're like, is this the best use of my time and money? Or are you just fist pumping when you get that email?
Buddy, it's like 3 or 4 BBMs for the opportunity to go to I'll fly down for 1, maybe 2 games, and you sell off the rest. So it's it's mostly voting with your dollars. It's very small dollars, but I'm still voting with them. Tell me that you haven't gotten interested in the W or some off-label developable league for just a minute.
Oh, well, I mean, peak COVID for sure. I mean, League of Legends, but we're talking peak boredom. I'm talking no kids. You have a toddler of similar age as me, Matthew. How do you have time for this?
Well, he's just got to learn about 2 high safety defenses and how you throw a swing pass, because you can't throw any other pass. And there's a lot of that happens in the spring. So he's set up for success, I think.
There you go. What else have you been up to this summer? You always do some of those longer trail runs, and you're in some run clubs. I know you've synced up with Leone and Chris Allen before.
Yeah. So did a Ragnar Trail this spring with Leone and Chris and some folks from Leone's running club, training group, however that is. And then your guest tonight on After Dark to do a promo, Rich Rebar, met him for a UFL game with Chris, with Ian, and Chris's wife and kids, and it was a lovely time while we're in Columbus. So, yeah.
All right, let's see what we want to do here. This Jacobs fall is interesting for our team, but he, of course, goes Burden, Evans, Montgomery, J-Mo, Devontae.
Gosh, I guess we have to go Montgomery here. I'm worried about getting completely caught about the Avalanche. Which
I think that's
too worried. I hate hearing myself say that. But here we are.
Hey, today's the day you became a best ball tout, saying that there. Also, what's this angle we got here? We got this chandelier, we got the fan, we got the TV. Are you standing desk right now?
Yes, I'm standing desk in the bedroom. You don't want to see the rest of the flotsam around here. This is the best shot I have. It's probably as bad as PPR Tyler's setup, but that's okay. I'll get that $40 ring light, and then the next time I come on, we'll be off to the races.
Well, his excuse for the lighting was that it would kill his ability to hook up with girls he brings back to his apartment. What is your excuse? We're also on the clock here. J-Mo, Trevion Henderson, Bucky, Quinshon Judkins, Tootin.
Let's go Tootin.
Tootin. All right, there it is. There it is. The slappy comes out once and for all. I guess Tootin versus Bucky is kind of an interesting discussion at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a coin flip. It's just, what have I not clicked lately?
What can I diversify on Pete's account versus mine? Is that where the thought process is?
There really wasn't a thought process, but since you have a thesis of the play, it's probably the best one going.
Yeah, exactly. Go Easy Cards was asking earlier, do I pay you in site credits for your randomizer production work? Did I give you a choice a la PPR Tyler?
No, he did not. That's okay. I think that for me, I spent a lot of time in my college theater, and this writing for randomizer scratches that itch in like the weirdest way. It's like a small theater where you're going to bust your butt for 6 weeks of rehearsal, and you know only 100 people are going to show up all weekend, but it's going to be a lot of fun for you in setting up that process and look at what fancy trick I can do. And so and they're easy to rip off. Like I'll rip off 2 or 3 prompts in like 5-ish minutes with with a little bit of homework. And so it's a good way to like clean the mind out on some other primary task. If I'm doing data analysis or something like that. So just really enjoy having the outlet. So if it were improv, I'd be paying Pete for it. So like you could do worse.
No, man, it is you in the writer's room when you throw, and like your hit rate is good. It's like you'll like spam 4 in our group chat, and like one of them I'm just like, what the fuck is this, Matthew? And then the other 3 are actually really good. So I'm just like, keep batting, 750 and we'll be good.
That seems like an extraordinarily high number, but I don't know.
Maybe
you're just forgetting nice. all the duds.
I'm being flattering here. But I do like this team here. Puka, Nico, Devontae Smith. We grab David Montgomery, come back with Tootin. We are drafting a Bulldog here. Didn't even know that this was in the lobby until I started scanning the carousel. It's a double entry, so 2 entry max there, 20K to first. If you make it to the 31 seat final, you're guaranteed 300 on your 75 there. So what, a little 4X, but we will see if we can make it there. Looking at the board, Price, Warren, Parker Washington, Harrison, Caleb Williams, Hurts. Obviously Hurts makes sense with Devontae. Are you a lemon guy here? Would you consider trying to set up a double? What do you like?
Yeah, let's go Hurts here, because I know this room that we're streaming won't let us push him.
Yes, they won't. They're after. I mean, we saw Chris. Oh, and they're not even going to let us get Hurts. They're not even going to let us. Marvin Harrison, Pollard, Warren, Chuba.
Let's go Warren.
All right, I like it. I've clicked too much Pollard for one day. Let's get Jalen Warren in here. And then we'll see what comes back to us. We got the 3 running backs, the 3 wide receivers. Stafford and Stroud still in the mix is potential. Stacks. Harrison is the slider right now. And then you enter that kind of really gross range of QJ, Metcalf, Alec Pierce, etc.
All right. Well, I don't want Lemon now.
I know without Hurts, it's way less fun.
Yeah,
I don't mind the Chuba thing. Or pull up a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite of Jack or Herbert? Herbert's easier to backstack, I think, but don't matter.
All right, we can do Herbert there. Yeah, we will bite the bullet in a flat tier and grab Justin Herbert. This is a fun question. I think he's asking, like, what is your favorite randomizer episode? He says your best randomizer result, but take that answer wherever you'd like.
So I do love that we wrote an entire episode for a body swap and that neither participant knew what the prompt was. Davis thought he was playing you, playing him or something.
I forgot about that.
Some layer less. And so, like, that was like fortuitous, and I think you both just kind of rolled with that in a lovely way. I do love that we have this arc of kind of like head-to-heads that are starting to emerge with the emo thread, and I think that there's
Daigle.
There was the season before there was. A thing too that was sort of set up that's escaping me right now, but I think there's a couple of really cute angles we can go with that in the future based on some of the early, so you think you can tout like promo reels and stuff like that. So we'll see.
We also might be due, because as we saw on So You Think You Can Tout, like Evan Silva is a completely different person from the last time he was on the randomizer when he gave us, the most anti-randomizer performance of all time. we also saw him on Family Feud, Fantasy Feud. There's a chance going back to the Silva well might make sense.
I would be open to that. I think. How do I politely poke a bear?
Please
in case,
do.
just in case we get like not stonewalling Silva, but like someplace in between what the current pool state is and the really you're gonna ask me to do that sort of state. So I think it does seem like he's more open to trying things out than he might have been in the past. So
He's
I think
more,
that's a thing we've got going for us.
I think we've learned he's way more bit curious. He's bit curious, and that could play. It could be time for a redemption arc. There's also some like old school season 1 guests. Someone asked me the other day, they wanted me to do a show with Field Yates. Field Yates was on the randomizer way back when. He could be one to bring back there. We got some stuff to play with. All right, let's see here at 8:10. Also, let the record show this is not a vape. I am not vaping on stream. This is for my whiteboard here, my whiteboard marker. I would never vape on stream. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do here? Mahomes, Monungai, Worthy, Purdy, Wilson, Dobbins, Pearsall, Jonathan Brooks.
Let's go Worthy right here and see what happens.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, last time we got sniped on him. Let's take Worthy. Is the Rice drafter behind us? Yeah, the Rice drafter is behind us, so probably no chance to get Mahomes, but getting another wide receiver there makes sense. Although they go Purdy. They go Purdy as their second quarterback. Unstacked Purdy over Mahomes with Rashee Rice. And then Mahomes goes... Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore, man. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Or he's got a big bag of Kittle. I don't know which.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here what we want to do. Jonathan Brooks, Harold Fannin, Jacoby Myers.
Let's get some naked dart.
Okay. All right. What is up with you guys in naked dart today? You guys are all in on dart, huh?
Well, I hadn't paid attention to some of the earlier streams, but I just... You could do worse.
You could do worse. That's what floats as analysis in 2026. I get it. Can you school Marilyn? Nathaniel writes, mom. She asked, "What is the randomizer?"
I compared it to Summer Stock, and so now, of course, yeah. So, randomizer is a show that we run during peak best ball season. If you took hot ones and I guess what we're doing now and smashed them together, you'd get something much like this. The research department goes and has like questions or feats that they request that the guest does in order to make their picks, and they do that 18 times in a row. And it gives me an outlet to do some writing a couple weeks out of the summer, so it's nice.
How about this? How about I play, because I do have it in the same hopper as Best Ball Bash. I'll play the randomizer intro, and you'll get a little taste of what this is like. I'll play a few different ones over the years.
Randomize! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the randomizer.
19, 20, show off. 21, 22.
With Rouse White Hopon.
That from Bleak Frost.
I've also never heard a chard in my life.
This team might be the best in randomizer history.
Welcome to the randomizer. Pete, take it away.
That does remind.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the quick TLDR, Maryland, is we do a draft, but before every pick, a wheel is spun and it has a challenge on the wheel. It can be a multimedia thing. It could be trivia. It could be a physical action. It could be something that needs to be said or done or sung, whatever. If you pass the challenge, you get to make whatever selection you want. If you fail, there's generally a punishment pick, or in some cases, we just don't get the pick in time, yada, yada. And so the teams end up having this very Frankenstein quality to them, where some picks look good and some are a complete disaster.
Yeah, that intro does remind me when went to that UFL game with Chris and Ian, etc. in Columbus. I did apologize to Ian for all these like food image prompts
Yeah.
I'm sure he still
Hard.
doesn't know what any of those things are, but that's fine.
Yes.
But he was very gracious about it. It was a nice time.
All right. Matthew, we have Justin Herbert and Dart at quarterback. We got the 3 running backs, Montgomery, Tootin, Warren, the 4 wide receivers, Puka, Nico, Devontae Smith, Xavier Worthy. There is, like, I don't know if you want to go 3 quarterbacks this early. Stafford with Puka. You could swing over and grab Kelsey. You could grab a 4th running back. Jordan Mason has been a fave of mine recently. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Stafford would be fine. I'm just.
He goes.
Oh, of course, I baited him into taking. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Let's go Jordan Mason or. Yeah, I think Jordan.
Let's do Mason. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go Mason, and then we can see if Kelsey comes back. If not, I don't really think the Andrews bet is that different. We also have, I guess we're now in that territory. You could do like a Higgins too if you wanted to also leave the door open for a Stroud stack at some point. But again, we're good at quarterback, so that's not a huge concern.
Well, if you were to pick up a quarterback, what do you feel about Tyler Shug?
I mean, not in the context of this team. Just relax. I'm sure you are one of those naked Shug bros.
No, I would not do that naked. We could pick up Kamara 2 rounds later. No, he's probably gone by this point too. But
Kelsey
anyway,
and Andrews both go. We could be in the Kincaid or Ferguson business. You could scoop the slight dipperino on Bill. You can go Higgins with Nico. What do you want?
Yeah, let's go Kincaid.
Okay, let's see if I get this in time. I don't think I did. I'm sorry.
That's
My
okay.
nimble fingers failed me. I got us Jaden Higgins there at the last second.
No worries.
Higgins at least gives us that pairing with Nico. We also have with Dart and Herbert, we do still have tight end stacks available for those guys later. So we could be staring down the barrel of a 3 and potentially a 4 tight end build if you were so inclined.
Wow. Yeah, Jacob Sanderson would be pleased, as would Coop over here in New England. So, we could do that.
Wow. Was that a shout out to who? Who was the other one out in New England?
Coop lives down the street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
Works for, always see him at SFBs. What a mensch. He was on the randomizer too, two seasons back at this point.
Also, you just reminded me, is our SFB live draft, is that what, a week from Sunday?
Yeah, that's correct. I have not done any homework. I am taking a boat into town. So that'll be nice. What do you do for prep for a charity draft where the prize is good job by you, 5,000 person field?
Well, I am going to use our Fantasy Life custom ranks for the Scott Fish Bowl that I know that we recently got up on the site. I can't find it quite right now, but yeah, I'm going to use that. We'll print them off, and yeah, I'm excited. I've only ever done my Scott Fish Bowl drafts remote online, and this will be a real treat. You went in person last year, right?
Yeah, I think I've been going in person since this might be my 3rd or 4th year. I think it's this really lovely kind of marriage of community building with there's an incentive for the organizer too, right? They're trying to, this is charity, it's a charity game ostensibly. And so, yeah, folks co-located, you can get them engaged with helping you to fundraise or, donating or these sorts of things too. So I think that's a nice symbiosis in what's a sort of a community building, sort of esprit de corps for the industry type event. It's nice.
For sure. All right. About to click here. We could do the Keaton Mitchell paired with Justin Herbert, which is on Travis.
Missile.
Yeah.
Let's let this guy snipe me. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he would love to. Yeah, he's going to time out and take Keaton Mitchell. No, he doesn't.
There you go, Keaton.
All right, let's do Keaton there. Gives us that 5th wide receiver. We get the missile there with Herbert. Tight end, we would need to take Gadsden at 147. If we want him, we would also need to take Stroud if we want that double stack. And if you want to go the wide receiver route, Hunter is kind of the last of this ADP tier.
In Eliminator, I have such a giant bag of Travis Hunter. It's just in this nice pocket of guys. I think the long ball you were describing, like there, it's like the 15th. That like I get really nervous about like, am I buying this much of this, even though it's late, but just having, I don't know, 35% seems like a lot through 30 or so. So
yeah, yep, I hear you. Yeah, Likely's already off the board here. I do think Gadsden makes sense there as the stack. Otherwise, Chig is obviously good as well.
Yeah, I love Gadsden.
You feeling good? Just Herbert and Dart at quarterback there.
Yeah, I don't love Cam Ward.
He's gone. He's gone. All right, let's get Gadsden here. That makes too much sense. Stacked up in our first tight end, we need one. All right, how do you feel about this team, Matthew?
I think it's fine. I think
don't sound so excited.
Well, you know, thank you for sharing an hour with me, Pete. That's really lovely.
Where did we go wrong? Where are the regrets?
I don't think. I think regrets are yet to come. I think that's the answer here.
That's an absolute bar. I don't regret anything yet, but they are to come. I assure you that.
It's like me going out on a Friday night in college.
Unreal. I'm surprised. So Go AZ Cards almost always asks our guests their favorite beer questions. I'm going to ask this one for you.
Last time I was on, he was like, I felt myself and was like, give me a state. And then immediately just like ate crap. So
yeah, you were trying to do the party trick of showing off. Do you want to narrow it down a little bit here?
No, that's fine. Yeah, so Go AZ, do you ask what I'm jamming on lately? There's this, oh God, I'm growing a handlebar mustache as I'm saying this. There's this Asian-inspired brewery down the street from us that makes this beautiful black IPA with sesame seeds that I have just been loving.
What is a black IPA? I've never even heard that term.
Peter.
No, you just admitted that it's this cool hipster drink that normies like me wouldn't have known about. So then don't act surprised.
I think it's more the case that it's an old thing that has become new again. There's this period from like 2006 to 2011 where everybody was making malty beers with like IPA hot bill. And so they're dark, like porter, but like lighter in body. Okay. But with like this IPA hot bill. So there's one down the street, Couch Dog, really lovely spot.
All right, there you go. I mean, like how pronounced are the sesame seeds in there?
Oh, it is. It's just a gentle finishing note. Like a good brown ale will have like a little biscuit or like blackstrap note on the finish. It's just that, and that's it. So it's pretty good.
All right, let's make this pick, and then we'll get back to these weird ass beverages you're subjecting your palate to. This could look like tight end territory here. Sadiq is a fun swing.
Come on down.
All right.
I know he's fighting for targets with another tight end on the field, or tight end on the field, but in Omar Cooper. But I don't know. I'll take swings at both of them, and we'll see how it falls out.
Yeah. So we go Gadsden, Sadiq. We're going to pick here at 171. Probably still in the market here for tight ends. You could also swing back and grab a wide receiver if you like one here.
LA or
Trey Harris went, which I believe would have been. Did he go? I thought I saw him go. Yeah, he's gone. That would have been part of the Herbert stack.
There is always Najee Harris.
There is. Yeah, there's like the Barner Dulcich Helm tier here. Wide receiver, you got Tesla, Branch, Judy, Malik, but we got to go.
Yeah, let's go Barner.
Yeah, I think tight end makes sense.
So, I live in Salem, Mass. I'm doxing myself. And it's a spooky town. We have this like vacation culture in the fall, where everybody comes in and wants to see the witch house that they filmed the Hocus Pocus at and whatnot. And so having a 3-year-old, they become very cognizant about like, oh, it's a spooky town. Halloween is like 6 months long. And so last year for Halloween, he didn't want to be just a pirate. He had to be fancy about it because he's from a Halloween town. He wanted to be a pumpkin pirate. And so what did I want to do in complement to that? I wanted to go as Najee Harris because that was a costume on top of a costume. And he had just had the fireworks incident, but it was before the Achilles. So I felt like it was a great idea until the Achilles in August. And then I felt like it was a terrible idea. And now he's coming back a little bit. And now I feel like it might have been an okay idea again. I'm really conflicted about my decisions there. But that's my long story about being in a fall tourism town.
There you go.
What's that look like? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I mean, I still got to get up there. I've been in New England now for almost 2 decades, coming up on in a few years, and I still have not been to Salem. I have to rectify that at some point.
Yeah, you're almost in Rhode Island, dude. It's a little far for you.
Yeah. Well, for you, Matthew, for my lead randomizer writer, no journey is too far.
Well, Lou Dog's up on the North Shore here too, so
that's right. Yeah, let's we'll make something happen in August. And wait, is Lou going to the Scott Fish Bowl? Is he in there? He should at least come hang.
I don't know. He said that's too many leagues to manage when I broached it the first time when spots were open. So, he might come hang out. I'll have to poke him. We'll see.
It's not too many to manage if you just forget to manage it. That's
week 3. I'm dusted.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. We have 3 more picks. We have a 2-5-5-3. We definitely need wide receivers and tight ends here. I don't see a ton of correlated stuff right now. What do you want to do here? Do you have a wide receiver?
Goes to shit.
I know. Kate Otten, Freiermuth.
Yeah, Kate Otten, make this a 4 tight. Hold on. We'll wait on tight end, on Otten. Tight first.
Yeah. All right, good. Let's get a wide receiver in there. The other thing we could consider would be if you want to do Geno third quarterback with Sadiq.
Yeah, well, let's get sniped on that and then be upset.
I mean, this team. Have we talked about the
quarterback room, but not a bad one?
Have we talked about this team in the 2-hole? They're the ones who took Purdy over Mahomes on a Rice team. Then they come back and grab Stroud and Cam Ward. They're a 4 quarterback build. So I would not be surprised if they go 5 here with Geno.
Well, research shows that 3 quarterbacks are better for EB. So what's better than 3 quarterbacks? But one more?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll get Geno as our third quarterback. So we got those 3 stacks. We got the 3-5-6-3. One more selection, probably a wide receiver here, right?
Ooh, there's a tight end that I just really love from a town I spent a good amount of time in.
You're right. But I guess with the Puka, Nico, Devontae start, we are pretty loaded heavy. There.
You don't need to worry about trying to luck box something at the end. So let's just go for floor. I think
wide receiver, tight end. I don't know. You have a guy? Are they normally?
Yeah, and Pat keeps pumping his bags too. So we'll get there.
Is it a running back?
No, it's a tight end.
Oh, well, are you talking about Stowers? No, but see, the reason I had to ask is because Pat, they've nuked Stowers in the ranks. He's off the leg up menu is the rumor on the street.
Okay. That's new news to me. No, not Stowers. The other.
He does go here anyways, but there was some pretty negative beat reports that basically said this is going to be a redshirt year for him. And it didn't sound too good.
That's all right.
It's all right. But we did see Freiermuth, Gesicki, Stowers go off the board. It kind of leaves, Mount St. Washington as one of the last viable tight ends, and then you got some rookie darts. We could keep doing Texans pass catchers with Jalen Knoll, do the phantom stack without Stroud.
Let's queue up Darnell Washington, and if he happens to go, we'll just take the best wide receiver available. Some upside guy, call it a day.
I like
Surratt
it.
or somebody like that.
You're not afraid of the Q billboard. You say just throw him in. Just throw him in. Don't worry about it.
He's a big boy and he can catch. Why isn't he playing left tackle?
I know, man. I know. That's what I said to Levitan on Best Ball Breakfast on Monday. If like there's one player in the league that I would just want to get to a full-time role, it would be Darnell Washington, just for the entertainment equity. He is here. Do you want to land the plane with Mount St. Washington?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
It's just Mount Washington. Thank you very much. There's at least 2 funiculars that go up the incline in Pittsburgh there, up Mount Washington. So it just needs to be Mount Washington.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr.
Be
Pedantic
regionally
here.
appropriate, Peter.
3564. Here's our squad. Let the record show this is not a BBM. This is a Bulldog. This is a $75 team that I now need to check back on. Actually, save it until I recap it and then tell me if the regrets have manifested. Justin Herbert, Jackson Dart, Geno Smith, David Montgomery, Bayshell Tootin, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, Keaton Mitchell, Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Devontae Smith, Xavier Worthy, Jaden Higgins, Ted Hurst, 4 tight ends, Aronde Gadsden, Kenyon Sadiq, AJ Barner, Darnell Washington.
I think that team is really well constructed. I think the wide receiver room looks good for, small but mighty. I do think that we slipped just like 1 or 2 guys late in that running back tier. But I think the upside of some of those, Keaton Mitchell and Bayshell to in a potential full-time role, I think that helps to cover over that situation.
Yeah, man. I was a little shaky, with the quarterback picks at the time, the Herbert and the Dart, back-to-back naked Dart teams today. You guys really bowling me on Dart, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, but we get them paired up with Devonta twice a year, and we're trying to chase points. So we're weeks, like 6 and 12 or something like that. Easy peasy.
All right, Matthew, anything you would like to plug other than the impending? Man, I got to look this up. Is this season 6, dude? I'm going to check my folder here, but plug randomizer and then I'll figure out what season it is.
Yeah, just go call out your guests in the randomizer channel in the Discord. We're still looking for folks. We've got a couple of great ideas, but we want to hear some great ideas from y'all. And
dude, I just looked this up. So this is going to be the 7th season of the randomizer. Do you want to see the first ever thumbnail for the randomizer?
You've come a long way.
This is the first ever. Incredible. This was I had Matthew on season 1. These are what my thumbnails look like.
PowerPoint to JPEG, send it.
I had Levitan there, with Jerry and his kiddo. Incredible stuff there.
The hope in Levitan's eyes there. Wow.
Yeah, back when he was more joyful and less jaded and beaten down by the rigors of life.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. Fun catching up with you today. Thanks to everybody in the chat. It's getting competitive trying to get on the stream here. It was like 1 in 31 chance, I guess 3 in 31 if you got in all of the different ones there. So we'll be back as usual every Thursday, noon Eastern. All you have to do is be a YouTube member and you can toss your name in the hat there for the drawing. My other plugs for tonight, like I said, Lord Reeves going to be on After Dark tonight. And actually right here in the next 30 minutes, we're doing Swolecast with Cody Main from ETR. Davis is out this week. We needed a sub. We had to get a man who's personifying the concept of swole. One Mr. Cody Main right now has to be the most jacked man in fantasy. We'll get his secrets. And other than that, make sure you guys catch the touts that have their streams still tonight. Squares and PPR Tyler and Cups are rolling tonight. You can find that schedule on my Twitter feed. Otherwise, we will see you next time for all of our guests today. I'm Pete. This has been The Bash.